Dino, tell me your gift and how you share it with the world.
So my gift is working with gay men who were raised in conservative or religious households, who are professionally very successful, but personally are either lost or bankrupt. And I came to start realizing that that was my gift because that's me. And I was able to go through the process. I remember when I was in high school, crying myself to sleep every night, just praying that being homosexual wasn't an affliction for my life and that God would instantaneously heal me. Because in church and then also in day-to-day life and my social infrastructure, I was told that it was wrong, even though nobody knew that that was my issue. So I was carrying that burden the entire time. When I got into college, I became a born-again Christian, and the key to that was that that was supposed to lead me to a personal relationship with Jesus, which meant that, oh, now he can actually do the work. Because before because I was raised Catholic, and in the Catholic Church, you always went through a priest. Well, never felt comfortable telling the priest. So then when I became born again, I was able to communicate directly with Jesus. And we spent another 10 years waiting for that to happen. And I finally came to a point where me and Jesus had to have a little heart to heart. And in that, we decided we were going to experiment and check this out and see if he, through researching scripture, and then also figuring out who I was at my authentic core, if in fact it was sin, if he wasn't happy with it, and if I was supposed to live a life without hope of having a relationship. And we both came to the conclusion at the end of those 2 years that I should open myself up to dating, which I did. And the next 3 years was my coming out process. So I've been there. And then going through all the steps, there's a grieving process. It's a really challenging, anxiety-ridden or riddled process to discover who you are if you are in fact gay, and dealing with all the shame and who placed that on you and who you are going to be afterwards, and are you willing to risk it all to become authentic? So I've been there, I've come to the other side of it, and let me just tell you, it is fantastic. But it's only fantastic when you can be authentic, when you can release all of the shame, the burden of sadness, the burden of pleasing others, and coming back to who you are, and you can be proud in yourself. And once you get there, it's a magical ride.
Yeah. I love how you turned what was, kind of a limiting belief structure into an ally, and said, we're in this together. If this is really what I believe, then you'll have my back.
Yeah, that's right.
That's incredible.
Yeah, well, and I feel like that's part of my gift too, is really bridging the gap between homosexuality and the church. I feel like there's so many people who really, really struggle with reconciling both, and they feel like they either have to choose to be gay or they have to choose God. And God has never told us that. Man has told us that.
Right.
People who lead the church has told us that, but God has never told us that. Scripture does not support that in any way. And so by reconciling that and coming to a place where you understand that you can have both and live authentically and also love and build yourself in a spirit of hope, then you get to the other side and you discover how big, how beautiful this world can be, and how you can love yourself authentically, which allows you to love others more authentically, and only expands yourself, your social circles, and the world. So it's amazing.
Yeah.